Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You won't believe what's been happening behind the scenes in the NFL lately, especially relating to the Detroit Lions. And no, I'm not just talking about the usual off-season rumors. This is something that could truly redefine the future of the Lions and potentially shake up the entire NFC North. Yes, I'm talking about the possibility of the Lions trading for a new quarterback, a young talent who has been catching a lot of eyes lately, Shedeur Sanders. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, Shedeur Sanders, the son of Deion Sanders. Well, that's exactly the point. This is a player who has shown incredible potential, and if this trade happens, it could be a game-changer for Detroit. Let's start by setting the scene. The Lions, as we all know, have been building a formidable team around Jared Goff. Goff, who's now 30 years old and will turn 31 in October, has been a solid leader under center, guiding Detroit to consistent playoff appearances, and even making a Super Bowl run recently. But as we all understand in the NFL, the window for a quarterback's prime doesn't stay open forever. Goff is approaching that stage where the team has to start thinking about the future. After all, 9 seasons in the league, a wealth of experience, and the fact that he's about to enter his 10th year make it clear that Detroit needs a plan for what happens after Goff's era ends. Right now, the backup quarterback position is held by Hendon Hooker, a promising young player with a lot of potential. But let's be honest, while Hooker is good, he's more suited to serve as a backup at this stage. The Lions need a guy who can step in if Goff gets injured, who can learn and grow behind a veteran, but also who's ready to take over when the time comes. That's where Shedeur Sanders enters the picture. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, Shedeur finished his college career with a completion rate of 69.6%, throwing for over 300 yards, 134 touchdowns, and just 27 interceptions across 4 seasons. Those numbers are impressive, especially for a young quarterback still in the early stages of his development. He's a player with a strong arm, excellent accuracy, and a football IQ that's rapidly improving. Sure, he still has some areas to work on, like not holding the ball too long and refining his decision-making, but that's part of the NFL journey. And with a dedicated coaching staff in Detroit, with Dan Campbell and his team known for developing talent, Sanders could really flourish. Imagine a scenario where the Lions acquire Shedeur Sanders, sit him behind Jared Goff for at least a season, and allow him to absorb the NFL game at a manageable pace. That kind of mentorship could be priceless. And let's not forget, Sanders' ability to make quick reads and his accuracy could make him a perfect fit for Detroit's offensive system, which emphasizes precision and scheme versatility. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now, why would Detroit be interested in trading for Shedeur Sanders? Well, besides his talent, it's about securing the future. The Lions are already a playoff contender, a team with a solid foundation, but the NFL is a league that's always evolving. The teams that stay at the top are those that plan ahead, that scout young talent early, and that prepare for the day when their current star might not be around anymore. Sanders represents that next-generation quarterback, young, talented, hungry, and with a chip on his shoulder. And it's not just about the future, either. If the Lions manage to bring Sanders into the fold, it could also ignite a new level of competition within the team. Goff would have a talented young QB breathing down his neck, pushing him to elevate his game even further. That kind of internal motivation can be a catalyst for a team's overall success. Plus, the development of Sanders would be a priority for Detroit's coaching staff, who have a reputation for turning raw talent into NFL stars. Now, let's talk about the possible trade scenario. The Cleveland Browns are currently in a quarterback dilemma. According to reports from Ashley Bastock, a Browns beat reporter, it looks like Kevin Stefanski's squad is leaning heavily toward Joe Flacco as their starter for Week 1. Flacco, with his extensive experience and familiarity with Stefanski's offense, has already impressed during spring practices. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders is on their roster, but with 5 quarterbacks on the team, the Browns are faced with a tough decision. They need to cut down to 53 players, and that might mean moving on from Sanders. The Browns are considering trading Sanders because his value is high. And here's the interesting part: Detroit might be the perfect landing spot for him. The Lions, as we know, already have a strong quarterback in Goff, but they're also smart enough to look beyond just the present. Sanders could sit behind Goff, learn the system, and be groomed for a future leadership role. It's a win-win situation. Sanders gets a prime environment to develop, and Detroit gets a potential franchise QB of the future. This potential trade isn't just about filling a roster spot, it's about strategic planning. Sanders' college stats are proof of his talent. His ability to complete nearly 70% of his passes, coupled with his arm strength and football IQ, makes him a natural fit for the Lions' offense. His style of play could mesh well with Detroit's current scheme, which emphasizes versatility and precision. And let's not forget, if Sanders learns from Goff, he'd be able to develop his game at a higher level. The Lions would be investing in their future, making a move that could pay off big time down the line. It's about succession planning, but also about immediate potential, especially if Goff were to face injury or decline in performance. Having a young, talented quarterback like Sanders waiting in the wings could give Detroit a huge advantage over other NFC contenders. Now, diving a little deeper into Sanders' college career, it's clear that he's a quarterback with a lot of upside. His completion percentage, his touchdown-to-interception ratio, these are all indicators of a player who understands how to operate efficiently in the pocket. Sure, he's still refining some aspects of his game, but that's exactly why sitting behind Goff for a season could be so beneficial. He'd get to learn the NFL's nuances, the mental aspects of the game, and how to handle the pressure of playing at the highest level. Imagine the scenario where Sanders, after a year of seasoning behind Goff, steps into the starting role. The Lions would have a young quarterback with NFL experience, ready to lead the team into the next chapter. And for fans, that's an exciting prospect, knowing your team is thinking ahead, planning for sustained success. It's not just about one season, it's about building a dynasty, a team that can compete for Super Bowls for years to come. This potential move also sends a strong message to the NFC North and the rest of the league. The Lions aren't resting on their laurels. They're actively looking to improve and secure their future. Sanders could be a cornerstone, a player who grows with the team and becomes a leader on and off the field. With the right coaching, mentorship, and opportunity, Sanders could develop into a legitimate NFL star, and the Lions would be smart to capitalize on his talent now. So, as we watch this story unfold, it's clear that Detroit is positioning itself for something bigger. Whether or not this trade materializes, the fact that it's being discussed shows the Lions' front office is thinking strategically about their long-term success. They're not just trying to win now, they're building for the future. And that's what makes being a Lions fan so exciting right now. We're witnessing a team that's hungry, smart, and ready to make bold moves. Remember, this isn't just about acquiring a talented quarterback. It's about the Lions taking a step toward becoming a perennial powerhouse. With Sanders potentially in the fold, Detroit could not only secure a talented young quarterback, but also send a message to the rest of the league that they're serious about competing at the highest level for years to come. It's a fascinating storyline, one that could define the franchise's future, and I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. Thanks for being with me today, and as always, stay passionate, stay loyal, and let's keep supporting our team every step of the way.